Satellite imagery shows concerning activity at North Korean nuclear and missile sites. Construction materials are coming in. SM Entertainment is undergoing a tax probe. The agency is suspected of failing to report overseas income. And the nation's art galleries are abloom with spring flowers and bright colors to mark the change in season.
Hello and welcome to News Today on KBS World. It's Friday, March 21st. I'm Luke Clary. Images captured by a U.S. commercial satellite early this month reveal active movements at North Korean nuclear and missile sites, including shipments of construction materials.
This is a satellite photo of North Korea's nuclear test site in Kilju, North Hamgyong Province, shot earlier this month. Coal mine vehicles, which increased in number since mid-2013, are spotted busily moving about while new soil has been laid on snow-covered ground. It's believed the North is digging a new tunnel. At the west coast Dongchangri missile site in Cholsan, North Pyongan Province, cranes and construction materials are detected for the renovation of a support structure and launch pad. The moves are believed to imply the North is seeking to launch a rocket longer than the Hwadae-3 long-range rocket fired at this site in December 2012. Construction materials to build a new assembly building are also found in satellite photos at the East Coast missile launch site in Hwadae County, North Hamgyong Province. The photos are released by 38 North, a U.S. blog on North Korea. The group says the construction movement spotted at the nuclear and missile sites point to Pyongyang's intent to bolster its testing capabilities. But it says it's unlikely the regime will conduct a nuclear or missile test in the immediate future. The latest photos underline the strong need to resume the six-nation talks on the North's nuclear issue.
North Korea will convene the Supreme People's Assembly, its rubber-stamp parliament, on April 9th for the first time since the ouster of Jang Song-taek. High-level reshuffles are expected.
North Korea will hold the first meeting of its newly structured 13th Supreme People's Assembly on April 9th. State-run North Korean news outlets all announced the convening of the parliament.
최고인민회의 제13기 제1차 회의를 주최 103 2014년 4월 9일 평양에서 소집한다.
The Supreme People's Assembly is the highest decision-making body as stated in the North's constitution. At the meeting, the members are expected to conduct appointments of key posts in cabinet and the National Defense Commission and also hold budget deliberations and revise the constitution. A vice chairman post has been vacant at the National Defense Commission since Jang Song-taek was executed. Two commission members also failed to be elected in the recent parliamentary elections. A major reshuffle at the Defense Commission appears inevitable. Some pundits forecast 86-year-old Kim Yong-nam, who is the current parliamentary leader, may step down, and Kim Jong-un himself could also serve as the chief of the assembly.
Kim Jong-un은 과거 김일성처럼 최고인민회의 상임위원장이 아니라 본인이 직접 국가를 대표하는 방향으로 헌법을 개정할 가능성이 있습니다.
Ahead of the parliament meeting, North Korea will likely convene a meeting of all of its ruling party's Central Committee members to realign the party structure and make replacements as part of final efforts for an overall reshuffle.
Korea's largest entertainment agency, SM Entertainment, is undergoing a tax probe. The agency is suspected of failing to report its income earned overseas.
SM Entertainment is Korea's leading entertainment company that manages the nation's top celebrities. It posts over $185 million in annual sales. About half of the amount is earned overseas. The Seoul Regional Tax Office dispatched dozens of investigators to the agency's headquarters on Tuesday. They seized the agency's accounting records of the past 5 years. The dispatched investigators include those who specialize in international transactions. That's because SM is suspected of having concealed its income that had been earned through overseas concerts. The tax authorities are analyzing the agency's overseas business data. A high-ranking official from the National Tax Service said that the probe was launched because SM is suspected of having failed to report millions of dollars in its overseas revenues. Sources say the National Tax Service had already conducted a preliminary investigation using information from an agency insider. SM denies it has dodged any taxes.
역외 탈세 등은 전혀 사실 무근입니다. 회사는 현재 2009년에 이어서 일반적인 정기 세무조사를 받고 있습니다.
The National Tax Service decided to conduct the investigation in a swift manner because of SM's reputation as the cradle of top Korean celebrities.
A female military officer took the extreme decision to end her life after experiencing sexual harassment at the hands of her superior. The military court is under fire for its apparent leniency in the sentencing.
In October last year, a female officer from the 15th Army Division committed suicide. Her diary said that her boss kept sexually harassing her and made her work late at night. The military prosecutors demanded that the perpetrator be sentenced to 5 years in prison for sexual harassment and harsh treatment. However, the military court eventually sentenced him to 2 years in jail and 4-year probation, even though it recognized all the charges against him. The court said the crime was just a misdemeanor and a first-time offense. The officer's bereaved family strongly rebutted the verdict.
정말 억울합니다. 정말 억울해. 우리 딸이 하늘나라에 보면은 담을 못 잡습니다. 담을.
Some also raised suspicion that the division's night shift records were forged. The records submitted by the bereaved family were completely different from the documents submitted by the perpetrator. When the court had ordered the Army officials to submit the records, they first said they had deleted them. However, when the deadline to submit any additional evidence passed, they finally presented the documents.
분명히 짚고 넘어가야 될 부분이고 의견을 밝혀야 될 것으로 보여집니다.
The military prosecutors and the perpetrator say they will appeal the case to a higher court.
People are spending more time than ever with their smartphones at work, on the street, and even sleeping with their phones in bed. New applications take this relationship to the next level.
When you're walking on the street sipping coffee or taking a rest, your smartphone right next to you will automatically record the daily moves. Using the data recorded on your phone, whether it be your sleep hours, travel distance, appointments, or cost of meal, you can easily coordinate your schedule and keep a housekeeping log.
일상의 정보들이 스마트폰의 상황 정보를 기반으로 해서 제공이 되면 점차 진화가 되어 고객이 인지하지 못하는 생활 패턴까지 인지하게 되어 향후에는 맞춤형 서비스로 진화할 수가 있습니다.
This smartphone connected to a toothbrush tells you whether you're brushing your teeth and at what strength. Phones can also detect and photograph an intruder at the house and alert the owner. Other smartphones can read the user's facial expression and recommend the choice of music. A smartphone now goes way beyond making a phone call or surfing the net. Now it needs to be connected to various daily gadgets to be of great value.
모든 사무들과 원활하게 네트워크로 연결됨으로써 이러한 수집된 데이터를 고도화된 컴퓨팅 능력으로 해석하여 사용자에게 일상에 맞춤화된 서비스를 제공하면서 일종의 개인 미소로 이제 발달하게 될 것입니다.
As related regulations have been eased, use of smartphones is expected to be further incorporated in various fields of medicine and automobile.
Taking medication on a regular basis could hold hazards beyond the normal side effects. You could be swallowing little bits of aluminum packaging foil along with your pills, leading to serious problems.
This elderly woman has high blood pressure and angina. She has developed severe pain after taking about a dozen pills at once.
평소 때 먹는 약이니까 눈이 안 보여도 그냥 먹는 대로 이렇게 먹는다고 이제 뜯어서 먹었는데 그게 들어간 줄 몰랐지 눈이 잘 안 보이니까.
An endoscopic exam showed that the woman had packaging foil in her stomach. Over the past 3 years, 70 people sought medical treatment after swallowing packaging foil. Most of them were women 50 years old and older with vision problems.
성인병을 많이 앓고 있고 한꺼번에 여러 가지 약을 동시에 먹기 때문에 이런 알루미늄 호일이 적게 들어가더라도 그걸 미처 인지하지 못하고
All of those who accidentally swallowed the packaging foil were trying to take their medications, resulting in their critical conditions that required emergency treatment. The most frequently damaged part of the body was the throat at 41%, followed by the esophagus, the stomach, and the intestines.
게 절단면이 굉장히 날카롭기 때문에 식도나 다른 위장관에 천공, 즉 구멍을 일으킬 수도 있고요. 심장이나 폐 같은 데 염증을 일으켜서 자칫 잘못하면 생명이 위험한 경우.
The Korea Consumer Agency says that pills should be packed in peel-off packaging instead of blister packs to prevent the foil from being swallowed when patients take their medications.
While the winter's chill still seems to be lingering on a bit this spring, the nation's art galleries are abloom with spring flowers and bright colors to mark the change in the season.
It's already spring in the art galleries. Exhibition posters and artworks feature bright colors of the spring. Bowls of azalea flowers in this painting seem to satisfy our cravings for happiness. In this painting, a man presents a bouquet of roses to a woman, stirring up the feelings of anticipation for a new season. Spring invokes the images of love, vitality, new buds, and hope. This spring may be the last one for some terminal cancer patients. So this artist included these images of spring in her paintings to give hope and encouragement to cancer patients. The artist tried to communicate the greatness of all living things and importance of love through the images of seeds, sprouts, and green grass.
모두를 다 사랑하면서 그리고 어두운 세상 속에서 정말 빛 가운데 있는 우리가 되었으면 좋겠다 하는 그런 주제로 그림을 그리고 있습니다.
Traditional folk paintings have undergone modern interpretations. In this exhibition, a world of imagination and happiness is expressed vividly in trees with blooming flowers, air balloons brimming with flower buds, and children at play. Enjoy the spring early by visiting art galleries featuring the works that illustrate the bright new season.
Singer Im Chang-jung's new song is sweeping the music charts. He's still going strong after 20 years. This and more on today's entertainment news.
Singer Im Chang-jung has released a new song after a 5-year hiatus. He wrote the lyrics to the title track in his 12th album, which topped the major music charts in Korea as soon as it was released. He is planning to hold a 7-city concert tour in May, which will kick off in Seoul. Singer Kim Jang-hoon is to host a special exhibition on comfort women in Shanghai. Kim plans to show materials that expose people to the gravity of the military sex slave issue at the Shanghai Dokdo Art Show scheduled to open in mid-April. He is also looking to hold a joint international exhibition with the countries that suffered the same wartime atrocities of sexual slavery, such as China, Australia, and the Philippines.
Swelling on various parts of the body can develop as you get older. Koreans are especially susceptible to this because of their high sodium diet. Let's look at ways to keep swelling to a minimum.
People sometimes experience swelling around their eyes or on their faces in the morning. In the evening, the swelling often occurs in the legs or feet. It's nearly impossible to slip a ring on a swollen finger. This condition is called edema. It's sometimes referred to as pitting, as the indentations are left when pressure is applied to a particular part of the body and even after the pressure is removed. Body swelling is experienced by 20% of women right before their periods. People of all ages can experience body swelling. However, chronic edema suggests that you might have a health problem. This man in his 70s sees a doctor for his severe body swelling. His body swells because of the medicine he has taken for a long time to treat complications from a traffic accident. Medicine can cause the body to swell.
우리가 흔히 쓴 약물들 중에서 호르몬제라든가 진통소염제, 그다음에 또 고혈압 치료약 이런 것들이 혈관을 확장을 시키고 콩팥에서 염분과 수분을 배설을 억제해가지고 몸에 수분과 염분을 늘려서 부종을 일으킨 현상을 말합니다.
Kidney failure is a typical cause for body swelling. Unusual sensitivity to cold and swelling around the eyes may suggest the possibility of hypothyroidism. Body swelling is also connected with heart failure, hypertension, and liver disease. People are advised to see a doctor and receive medical checkup if body swelling persists. But healthy people can experience frequent body swelling due to their lifestyle and habits.
아침에 자고 일어나자마자 찍은 사진인데 얼굴 전체가 다 부어 있잖아요. 눈도 도통하고 얼굴 탱탱 부어가지고 몸 전체가 다 둔해지는 느낌이에요.
The skin over the eyelids is thin, so the area around the eye can swell with mild irritation. Eye swelling occurs when the eyes are frequently touched or irritated by thick makeup. Korean foods contain sodium levels above the recommended level. And if you like salty foods and frequently experience body swelling, it's time to check out your meals and reduce the intake of sodium.
평소에 좀 싱겁게 먹는다고 생각을 했는데 테스트를 받아보니까 의외로 좀 짜게 먹더라고요. 그래서 이제 앞으로 좀 저염식으로 식단을 좀 더 조절을 해야겠다는 생각이 들었고.
Here are some tips on alleviating body swelling. To relieve the swelling of legs and feet, raise them higher than your upper body when you lie down. It's also good to massage the swollen parts with a shower. To ease the swelling of the face, softly massage the chin up and down from the ears to the collarbone about 5 times. The best way to alleviate the swelling of the eyes in the morning is to chill tea bags or spoons in the refrigerator and put them on the eyelids. Ice packs can also be a good replacement. Gently massage yourself around the eyes. The swelling of the body and face may be a sign that you have a health problem. See a doctor if the symptoms persist. Try lowering your sodium intake and do some simple massages to alleviate the swelling.
Now we'll take a look at the markets, followed by the world weather. And that's it for this edition of News Today. Starting next week, we'll be coming to you at 5 p.m. KST. We'll see you then on Monday. And until then, have a great weekend.